Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. This is me in my car on my lunch, having breakfast. I'm about to eat a burrito and drinking orange juice after this. But if you're like me, you've been wondering about the TMZ article and also the YouTube video that was put up on the WWE Fan Nation account about Stephanie McMahon boxing in the ring. This video by now, I think, has been privated by the WWE account. For some reason, it was uploaded, and it was you were able to see it for, I believe, just about a day, and then it was taken down. Why this 30-second video was put up, I have no clue. I mean, it seems sort of weird to me. Sometimes they put up some weird stuff, but most of the time will go along with the article that they put up on the front page of the WWE.com. Like if they put up a story about ladder matches, they'll put up like a few different ladder match, like the best ofs. The one problem I have about it, they always label it like it's the whole match, and then it's like they edited down to thing. Like one of them I really wanted to see, like I marked out for it, like I logged on, and then boom, it was like a 30-man battle royal from Primetime Wrestling back in the day, and I remembered it, and I was like, oh, I want to watch that. And it showed, like, the last two guys getting in the ring, and then it immediately cut to the last guy throwing out the other guy out of the ring, and it was like, well, what the hell was the point of that? That wasn't a 30-man battle royal. I'll call it a 2-man battle royal, I guess. I don't know. But the Fan Nation account's a good time. A lot of times, if I'm not able to watch Monday Night Raw, and I just want the, the short little clips, a lot of times it's edited just to the right point of, you can catch up with it and not really feel like you miss anything, especially if it's WWE telling you what the most important parts of the show are. But honestly, the one reason I can only think of is that they would upload this on there is they wanted people to know that Stephanie McMahon is an experienced boxer, because she is getting involved with this angle between Triple H and Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman, with her being in a little tug-of-war on Monday Night Raw when, they were teasing, this kind of match or that kind of match. Officially, I have been missing the blindfold match. I know it's been misused a few times. I believe Chris Harris and James Storm had one of the worst blindfold matches ever in TNA. But as a kid, Rick Martel against Jake the Snake Roberts at WrestleMania, the anticipation of that match was just awesome, with just him getting sprayed in the eyes by the arrogance, and then him losing the eyeball, and that angle was just awesome. And probably going back and watching that match today, I don't think I've watched it in years. It's probably not gonna have the same payoff. But, man, that is some good stuff. Also, I've seen some house show matches that led up to WrestleMania, like Rick Martel having a blindfold match against Coco Beware in preparation of it. If you can find that match, it is great. It is a great heat by Rick Martel pulling the blindfold up and, like, looking around the ring, and, just get the cheap heat. Everybody's booing, like, hey, he's cheating. But it's good stuff. But here's my guess for what they're going to do. It's the only thing I can think of. Because when you try to stack up the WrestleMania card, you have to put guys in different places. And honestly, I think the main event of WrestleMania is going to be The Rock going up against John Cena. I believe your second to the last match is The Undertaker against CM Punk. Now, if this match can get a whole lot behind it, there is a chance I believe it could be the main event of WrestleMania. Even though Cena and Rock has already been put on the DVD cover. And, it is the one thing sort of leading the way. I think that, Taker and Punk could, surpass it last week. I don't think it's set in stone that it's not in the main event yet. But it does have, a good, few weeks of build that really needed to put it over as the main angle of it. Brock Lesnar against Triple H, two of the biggest stars in WWE. I find them in that third to last spot. So I think that their match is going to be on before Taker and Punk. Now, leading to that, I see somehow Stephanie being involved in this match, most likely, knocking out Paul Heyman. And the reason why they put this video up, and the reason that TMZ put the story up, I think TMZ and WWE are a little bit together. WWE will tip them off on some things. Like I heard that the day they put up the story about Triple H cutting his hair was mostly because WWE said, "Hey, go around the corner and Triple H could take a picture with some kids." And why TMZ would care to put a story about Triple H cutting his hair in the first place, I have no clue. Maybe they wanted to put it up in order, like, WWE's like, hey, if you help us out by putting up this story and spreading it around that he got this haircut, then, we'll help you tip off later on down the line when, you need some help about a story or something like that. Most likely it wouldn't be a DUI story or something like that. But I could see Stephanie McMahon knocking out Paul Heyman in his match, and sort of making Heyman incompatible for the finish of the match when, I really don't see Triple H winning, but I sort of do. But in my heart, I really want Brock Lesnar to win, just for the pride of WWE and being able to use him in the future. And because, he's got knocked out by Stephanie McMahon, maybe Paul Heyman not wanting to be in CM Punk's corner, maybe out of embarrassment or just because he's still just out of it. And maybe when, Punk loses to The Undertaker, maybe he could sort of blame Paul Heyman, and that could cause a split between Team Heyman, and that could lead us to, a Brock Lesnar and versus CM Punk match. For SummerSlam, I know I'm dreaming, and it's sort of long term. I don't really see CM Punk turning back as a babyface. That really was horrible for me during his whole babyface run as champion. But, they have to build up some sort of a big match for SummerSlam. The Rock's not a guarantee. I would love it. But if The Rock's going to be at Mania, The Rock's going to be at Extreme Rules, The Rock fought at Royal Rumble. He's not an everyday guy. He's going to want to spread his dates out thin, so it's always a big deal when Rock shows up. Not just like, oh, there's Rock. He's just sort of like a guy like everybody else now. So with that being, I'm not even sure if we're going to see The Rock at SummerSlam. I would love it. I paid $171 for something, and that's what I'm hoping for. But that's me, Stephanie McMahon, knocking him out. We'll see what happens. Peace out.